Hey everybody, how you doing today? I'd like to start off by unboxing a new product for you that I'm going to put in the pool system. And this video is sponsored by Hayward. And they have been very kind this year, and they have sent me their high-end salt system to be able to unbox and actually install. And I will take you through the process every step of the way in doing this. Uh, the unboxing will explain the pieces, the parts. Now this model number is W3AQR15. This is the AquaRite salt chlorine generator, and this is for pools up to 46. I'm sorry, for pools up to 40,000 gallons. My pool is a 26,000 gallon, so this will certainly be more than enough to sanitize my pool. So I want to open this up and let's see what's inside. I've been really looking forward to working on this project. Today happens to be July 14th. I'm in the Northeast. There's plenty of time left in the season to put this to good use. So today's video will be an unboxing, and then I will start planning the process of getting an install done on this, and I will take you through every step of the way on that. So what we have here, we have a couple of components in the box. Okay, let's take them out. I will show them to you, just as I see them, just as you would actually see them if you were to buy the set for yourself. Now, this particular salt set is supposed to be the de facto standard in the highest quality salt sets that you can possibly buy. All right. I don't think there's a better one on the market. You'll know I'm not going to mention their competition, but some of the competition actually sent me another salt system to install at the beginning of the pool season, and I've installed it and I've been using it, and it does work fine, but it leaks, and the support is pretty poor from the company, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I think when you buy Hayward, you get top-notch product support and high-quality products. I know because if you've watched some of my pool videos this year, you'll have seen the fact that I've installed some really fantastic systems so far. So I don't know what's in this box. And then we have this other box we're going to slide out. I believe this is probably the control head or the control unit. We're going to take that out. And we'll put this over to one side here. And we'll slip this off. And it is the control box. Really nice. And we'll take this off here like this. And this is obviously going to have to be mounted. And I have the perfect spot to mount it. I'm not going to mount it today. But everything is packaged really well. All right. So to show you what's in the box here, we've got a bonding stuff down at the bottom here. We've got 2 bonding clamps, which is necessary, and I do bond all my equipment. Let me just take this out so I can stand it up so I don't scratch my counter here. All right. Yeah. Now, there's a really nice looking case, and it can lock. If you want this to lock, it will lock. Whoops. Got a little grommet for the electrical coming in the bottom. And if you happen to have a different language that you speak, they do have a decal here. Let me show you. That can fit right over here, and you'll have a different language. Now, in this particular case, looks like it's in French, but since I'm English, they already have the English decal on here for me. And then we have information about the product. This is also a language that will go in place of these two decals here, but these decals are in English. I have a quick reference guide to the salt chlorine generator. And we have the owner's manual in both English, followed by French to match the rest of the decals we get here. So that is absolutely fantastic. Again, I said this grommet's probably going to go in the bottom here when we run our electrical up through here. All right, and that is going to be also perfect. But just to take a quick look at the unit, what we have here is we have an off switch, an auto switch, which this will probably be in most of the time. And there are times you're going to want to super chlorinate your pool, so that would go in the up position. And then as far as the desired output goes, you have this dial that you can come anywhere from 1 up to 100. I don't know where I'll set mine. I'll probably set it somewhere around 70. Again, just a guess on my part right now. But that is the control unit. This was in here, so I'm going to put it back in here. And I'm going to close this up. Okay. Take a look at the bottom of this. We'll knock one of these plugs out and we'll put our electrical in there. And this is like a telephone plug, like an RJ45, probably for some sort of network connection that I do not have right now. Our bonding lug, which I'll probably have to put a new bonding wire in. I don't remember whether I might have cut the old one off of the old salt system that I had. And my new salt system, for some reason, doesn't require a bonding wire, which in a way, when you think of it, it's a little sketchy, right? Because it probably should. So that's the control head. That's heavy. I'm going to say that weighs a little more than 10 pounds. And if you know how a salt chlorine generator works, it's a pretty scientific concept that's fairly simple. What happens is you have ordinary table salt that you'll put in your pool, which you can see behind me. My pool, about 26,000 gallons, probably has about 350 pounds, give or take a little bit, of table salt in it. There's nothing but pure table salt, food grade. You buy it by the 40-pound bag. You put it in. You want to keep your pool salt, the salt level in your water, to around 3,200 parts per million. That seems to be the best case and gives you the optimal chlorine generation. Now, when you think of salt chemically, and you go to the periodic table, you will see that salt is actually NaCl, sodium chloride. That is what salt is. It's a sodium molecule and a chloride molecule, bonded together, and it makes salt. So the concept of the salt system is your water is going to run through what's in this box. And what's in this box has a series of titanium plates in it. And that box will get energized by this power head, or those plates, I should say, will get energized by this power head. And it's the energy that goes into the plates, the titanium plates, in the actual salt cell. As the salt water passes through it, it extracts the Cl molecule out of the NaCl combination of the salt and the salt water, and that Cl molecule, which is actually chloride or chlorine, exits and actually sanitizes the pool. So this machine will sit here silently, and it will run, and it'll when the pump comes on, this will come on, and the whole process starts. The salt water will pass through the cell. The plates will be energized. It'll extract the chlorine out of the salt, or the chloride or the chlorine out of the salt, and that sanitizer will go in and keep your pool clean. I have had the cleanest pool I have ever had this year so far. All right, the cleanest. And I'm going to attribute that to a couple of different things, but primarily the new Hayward high-end sand filter that I've installed. And I like it so much better than my cartridge filter that I had, a cartridge filter that I had for 5 years. You would run into periodic problems with your pool, and those problems would be that those filters would get clogged up, and there were 4 big filters in the cartridge, and they're tough to clean. They're not easy to clean, and it became a pain in the neck after a while. Uh, so after installing the sand filter, uh, I tell you, I haven't had cleaner water, and I can't remember how long. So let's open up the cell here and see what we're dealing with. All right. So this is even more beautiful than I thought it was going to be. Oh, by the way, I hope everybody's having a great summer so far. So what we have in here, all right, we have a flow switch, as you can see right here. There's a flow switch, and inside of here, it is actually, and I'll come over and show you. Okay, you can take a look. This is the flow switch. This will be a replaceable part in the event that it ever fails or needs to be replaced. But you can see the switch right in here, the flow switch right in here. That water is going to come and hit this. Then it's going to activate what I'm thinking is some sort of a magnet or some kind of a sensor in here that's going to touch this and send a signal back through here that the water flow has started, and that will turn the unit on. That's my assumption, only from a logical perspective, okay? Now this has to go in line in a way where the water is going to press against this when it comes on, so it's going to be directional, all right? And we do have some plumbing that we're going to have to do, put on our 2-inch pipe, but that's not a big deal. But I'll be taking you through that whole process. So you see we have the flow switch in here. Now, nothing better than a cup of iced coffee. I have a iced coffee in the morning. I start drinking my iced coffee around 10 o'clock, and quite honestly, I sip on it. I'm not a chugger, and sometimes I'm going to have to say, come 6 o'clock at night, I'm still sipping on it. I very rarely make a second cup, but there is an occasion where I will do that. Now, this is an important piece to the puzzle right here. We have 2 unions. We have 2 unions in here, and the Hayward unions, and they're going to connect to the salt cell and attach to your PVC plumbing. I think if you're in the pool, if you have a pool and you have pool equipment, you're probably going to know exactly what this is. All right. So 2 unions, almost like the 2 Utes and my cousin Vinny. Sorry to get off track there, but this is our TurboCell. It's a TurboCell T15, and it does connect to the system with a wire. All right. Now, in essence, what is going to happen here? I'll just put this down for a second. This is going to be the last thing that the water is going to exit before it returns to your pool. And I don't know if this is directional. I'm assuming it is. And this is called a T-Cell 15, TurboCell T-Cell 15, turbulent flow chamber. Now I'll come over here and show you this. This is all set up for 2-inch plumbing because it's a professional setup. Okay. Now what we'll see in here, those are your titanium plates. Okay, and there's a bunch of them. Looks like about 13 of them if I've counted correctly. If you want to count, you can also count. It's either 13 or 14. And on this side, it's the other side of the titanium plates, if you want to count those as well. Now, in here someplace, somewhere, there's a sensor. I'm assuming that white thing that's sticking out is some sort of a sensor. I don't know exactly what it's for. It's either water flow or salt content. I haven't read that far yet, but I just want to show you. This is going to have those unions attached to each end of this, and be installed. And it might be directional, it might not be. I don't know. I'll find out as we progress. Now this install isn't going to be too difficult. We're going to cut a section of pipe out. We'll put our 2 unions on. This will go in place. I'm not sure exactly where this goes in line, but I will certainly find out and make sure this is done properly. And this, it says on this cell, the T15 cell is designed for pools up to 40,000 gallons. When replacing an existing cell, you might have to reconfigure your controller. I just want to show you that, okay? That tells you're going to need certain firmware, certain board type. This is a brand new, so I'm assuming I don't have to deal with this because I do not have a system right now. But this is really intended for if, in fact, right, if in fact you already had a system and you had to replace your cell, this is the case where you would have to make sure that you did some sort of upgrade or change some sort of setting. But that is not me. That is not me. The cord looks fairly long. I don't know how long it is. It says important new procedure. Well, that doesn't mean much to me because I don't know what the old procedure was. Oh, select T-cell model and menu before plugging in the cell. Failure to do so could result in improper operation. See installation manual. So yeah, because they make these cells for a variety of different size pools. Let's say if you had a smaller cell for a 10,000 gallon pool, or a 15,000 gallon pool, or a 20,000 gallon pool, you'd have to make a setting in here to make sure that you're not probably producing too much chlorine. So it's probably the power that gets applied from the power head that really is in control of things. So again, got the 2 unions. Oh boy, I'm really looking forward to putting this in. Got the 2 unions, and we've got the flow sensor. I'm expecting rain today, so I do not believe I'm going to be working on this today. But again, Hayward, I love you guys. Thank you for sending me this. And I'm going to be really pleased to get this up and running and do the full install video. So please, everybody, stay tuned for that. God bless. And I really wish you have the remainder of a great summer and a wonderful pool season. Take care now.